Hey, what's up everybody? Just got my package today from Atari2600.com and took a while to get here. Not on the shipping thing, but bad timing on making the order. I ordered it on the 8th of this month and the guy was on vacation still for 4th of July, I guess, so wasn't going to reopen his store until the 18th, so in a way, once he got it all shipped off, it only took 3 days to get here, which is really friggin' fast compared to the last times I've gotten stuff from the site. So did allow me to track the package, and I'm thinking now they got a direct route from there to here instead of stopping in like Phoenix and Vegas and Colombia and New Guinea and all them fucking things like it did last time, because it was from like one place to this place to that place to this place, and each one of them had to keep it for a fucking day to check everything. So way better. Anyways, for anybody that didn't watch my last video, what I ordered was 2 Intellivision clones. Got one that I sure as hell wasn't going to pass on, and I'm pretty sure he'd gotten these from a single collector, because I got the only 2 that he had. Anyways, one of them is Sears Super Video Arcade Tele-Games system, which happens to be insanely cool looking and works beautifully. But I'll tell you after the fact, after I show you guys. Both of these have problems. One of them a little bit more so than the other, to where I had to open it up and do just a minor repair, which happens to be a common problem with these Intellivision systems, as they obviously contracted out with Mattel, because if you look at the bottom of both of these, they say Mattel Electronics and then the date it was made, which both of these are from 1981. All they really do is just do a different top, one more extreme than the other, hence the Sears system. And also, the Radio Shack Tandyvision, that was another one I sure as hell was going to pass up. And both of these he had really cheap. The Tele-Games one cheaper than the other. The Radio Shack one was more in the under $50, and then the other one was $5 less. And now that I've got it, hence his pictures of it weren't too great. Not to say that it's totally messed up, but has to do with the paint. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys the little sticklers I got first. Went ahead and got another set of these, as I've gotten them before and already have them installed on the system. So this time I'm going to show them to you guys loose. And I've got an idea of how to modify these and make them look more like old school style joysticks. I just got to take a run to Home Depot and see how I could do that. As could not remember if these little sticklers here, and they're showing a controller for the Sears system, couldn't remember if they were solid plastic for the joystick handle or if they were hollowed out. And I'll show you here. And once again, for anybody new, these are the best, as far as I know, that you can get for the Intellivision. There's others out there that you can find, but all of them are either temporary to where they clamp on, or some that I've never seen again that I had when I was a kid. They literally stick onto the disc via sticky tape, and they absolutely sucked. The clamp-on ones, they suck too. Never liked them too much, because either the sticky tape would break loose, hence my original Radio Shack system, I had glued them to the disc because they kept coming off, so I ended up defacing the originality of the system. These ones, they look permanent once they're on, but basically what you're doing is you open up the controllers and swap out the disc for these, so it makes it look like they were originally part of the system. Anyways, pretty generic looking joysticks. It's just a straight little pole here, all rounded off, no texture to it, and then flat on top. But they are solid plastic from what I can tell. as you can see there's the little bump there which centers the disc and keeps it to where you're not pressing down too hard and hitting the entire sensor ring inside the controllers. But what I was thinking of doing, hence why I got these, since they are solid plastic, I was thinking I could cut them down shorter to where maybe it's only like an inch tall instead of 2 inches, and get like a cabinet door knob, but try and find one that's almost like a ball and literally screw it into this to where I've got little ball top joysticks on the system. Thought that would be a cool little mod to do to make it look more retro. So might experiment with these. I ain't gonna do anything yet until I spot something at Home Depot or whatever that would obviously work. I'm not just gonna cut them up. And anyways, these were $6.98, brand new in the box, so pretty damn cheap. And if you just get these, man, they don't weigh nothing, so shipping will be really cheap. Probably as low as you can get it. Anyway, I was going to show you guys Tandyvision first, and I gotta look at my original Intellivision system, Model 1, and see if I can do that on this, because I don't remember being able to do it. Both of these, and this one I've already got it done, but you can tuck the cord into the system, as it's got an extra large hole and room inside to where you just gradually feed the cord in there to kind of hide it. And I don't have one of my other Intellivisions that I can get at to see if that's something that they changed on these. Otherwise, both of these systems, the bottom half is basically the bottom half of a standard Intellivision, and then, like I said, they just changed the top out. Anyways, this is what the Tandyvision looks like, and sorry about my cam, it is really screwing with me. I had to get everything dark because anything white, like the Tele-Games, the top of it's kind of that cream color, it wants to blend everything in. I don't know what's up with it. It has to do with a little sensor that detects how much light's going into it. So, it's the only way I could show it, but hard to show here, but instead of the gold sticker on top where it gives the name of the system, Intellivision, whatever, they've got it to where it's wood grain, which in a way I like this system better. It just looks nice, and this thing is just cosmetically, it is in beautiful shape. I just got to clean it up a bit. I thought maybe the guy was a bit technical to where he opened up his systems and checked the innards and everything. Especially now that I've repaired this one, I think he's more like my buddy Jim, to where he knows how to fix just minor stuff, like maybe upgrade the controllers, as in clean them up or resolder wires, or I don't know how far. But this system, the Radio Shack one, man, it looked like it never got opened up. Like he just wiped down the controllers and wiped down the system, and it was in good enough cosmetic shape he figured the inside was alright. Which, no big deal. I always open up any of these old ones I get, like these or the Ataris or anything, to make sure there's nothing bad inside that could catch fire, and this, it's just a little bit of dust. Anyways, both of the stickers look damn near perfect, as in the only mark is right about there, close to where that white outline is, like it got scratched by something. That's it. Otherwise, the stickers and the Radio Shack and Tandyvision 1 logo look perfect. Mind me if I look like I'm looking away, man. I got my camera in a different place, so I'm watching the computer as I do this, and then whatever. Anyways, the wood grain on the sides, both sides look perfect. The only real scratches and stuff, which is still pretty minor, is on the bottom of the system. So, not bad for something for $50 range. So what was wrong with it? And let's see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this good or not. Yeah. Since I already repaired it, I just got done doing that. And also, it's weird. I gotta test this on another TV because the sound is kind of weird. I get a really sharp picture, but the sound is off. So I don't know if it doesn't like this TV or what. I'll try it on my other one once I get it hooked up. But anyways, what was wrong? And this is an example of the RF box inside the system. Little RF jack where you plug in your cable, it was loose. And I'm wondering if it was alright when he first got it, and then when he pulled the cable loose, it just jarred it enough to where he didn't know. Because I can't see him knowing something like this, as in the guy's not out to rip people off and then sending it. But to me, no big deal. What I ended up doing was, this one is soldered in place on the inside, the Intellivision ones, and I recommend doing what I did and open up the system, take off that brace that's kind of in between the color controllers where they sit. It's a separate piece, and then carefully, and I mean carefully, as there's a ribbon cable connecting the system to the power supply circuit board, and they can be really, really brittle. But lift up from the cartridge end just enough on the motherboard and the housing and everything to where you can get at this. And the way they put the covers on, they kind of overlap. Just put enough solder to where this thing is welded to the box itself. And if it hasn't been twisted to where it busted on the inside, as in the center post on this where the pin goes in, it's only connected to a resistor, as in the lead. So if it gets twisted too hard, it's going to snap that lead and either just break the weld to where you still might be able to really open it up and fix that, which is a pain in the ass. I've done that. Or it could shatter the damn resistor in there to where you're screwed. But simple enough fix. The other one, say more cosmetic, and another thing, it's not his fault. He obviously knew that it was already pretty scuffed up. And not scuffed up as in scratched up. It's the way they painted this thing. So I'll show you here. And I'm not going to leave it like this, as in I like to paint up systems. I'm going to restore this to where it looks probably better than brand new, hopefully. As in it's got just a little bit of light surface scratching on the front here, as in I thought that might have been a sticker, but it's just like the sides of a regular old Model 1 Intellivision. It's kind of like it's been not painted on, just like stuck on permanent. And see that little white spot there? That is the only flaw. It's like a little, just tiny chip flipped off of that to where I might even just get a brown marker and just touch it so it won't show up. And where it says Tele-Games there in gold, that looks perfect. But anyways, other than this, when they started out on this thing, obviously this whole top piece was this cream colored white plastic. And then the problem is this whole back area where the grill work is, it's painted with dark, really dark, like damn near looks black paint. And it's really shitty paint. I don't know if any of you other guys that are watching that have this system have had this problem, but it's like spray painting something, kind of like that Krylon for plastic on the problem I was having, and it starts lifting off. This is more like the paint's breaking down. Literally, there's hard to show there, but let's see. Yeah, it's hard to show, just the angle, but the back edge, really bad, to where it's like the paint was wet and somebody ran their finger across it. That's what it looks like. Like there's marks on it from where the paint broke down, and just from handling it, it's like smudges and stuff. Otherwise, there are spots on it to where the paint has come off here and there. But what I'm going to do, because it's coming off real easy, I'm going to try and take off most of the paint to where it's down to the white plastic, and then try and match up the color with some good automotive spray paint and totally redo that. Just mask it off and repaint it. And once I do that, because the front here already has a little bad spot, might hit up the whole top half of this, and possibly the controllers, or maybe not, because the controllers look really good, but hit it up with some clear gloss automotive paint, so this thing will really have a nice shine and just pop. Anyways, one guy that commented on my video where I'm showing how to put these in, I think I told him in a reply that I was thinking of trying the matte on this. Nada. I'm keeping this all original, other than doing the repaint, because I like the way this thing looks. I absolutely love the design of it. Can kind of see there, it's got a different pattern there on the fake wood texture. It's more like burled wood, and it really looks nice, especially in the sunlight when it's just really reflecting off of it. This cam just doesn't do justice. It's a lot different than the Tandyvision and the regular Intellivision one, to where it's more like just streaks type pattern for the wood. As you can see, it's like both of the discs, that gold metal sticker that sticks on top of it, and on the on-off switch, and the reset button look really good for something that's been around this long. And hard to see there because it's shade, but the backing that they have behind the two buttons there also has the same wood pattern. Then for anybody that hasn't seen a video on one of these, what's really cool on this, the controllers unplug, which very cool. If you have one break, they were replaceable, and last I checked on his site, I don't know how many he has, but he does have replacement controllers for this system, and they're like $10. So got this one hooked up to the little television, and I'm probably gonna have to adjust this piece of shit cam again, but I will show you guys this thing in action. Got burger time in it. And this gets a really nice sharp picture. Haven't opened this one up yet because it worked beautifully right off the bat, but the jack on the back of it for the RF looks like it's a little bit stronger than the other Intellivision systems. Like maybe they redid the box for it or something. It seems to be sturdier. Yeah, this cam's gonna be a shit. That's what it does. This is why I haven't done many game videos, guys. This is what it pulls on me. It's like I gotta have the room pitch freaking black. It's very annoying. Okay, it's about as good as I'm gonna get it. If I go any darker, then I get that stupid wave going down the TV, which makes it look just as bad. Let's start up the game here. This one, if anything, I think he might have opened up the controllers and cleaned them, because everything works beautifully on playing it. If anything, he does do that. So as you can see, it works beautifully for something that cost me about 45 bucks. And did check, and he does still have the other Intellivision 2 stuff. He has the computer attachment and the Atari attachment, and they're both just as cheap as this stuff was. And I noticed he still has the two oddball Atari clones, other than just the Tele-Games. He seems to always have either the 4-switch or 6-switch Tele-Game system for the Atari that looks like the original. But out of the other clones, the one that seems to be more expensive, and I think it's because it's pretty damn rare, he's got the Columbia House version of Atari, which I think was just the Columbia Home Arcade or something, and then he's got the Coleco Gemini, and that's like 30 bucks for a Coleco Gemini. Which, I don't know how good the systems are, but the one he has looks like it's in really good condition. So, put this cam back. Hell, I already got the damn video going pretty long here. I do have some other information for you guys. Might as well take advantage of YouTube here on their generosity. I don't like to keep the little TV on too much, man. I'm paranoid the thing's gonna break. It's a 1970s TV, so I'm lucky it works. Anyways, was gonna do a pickups video, and I didn't get that many games or anything, just a handful, and I've got them misplaced basically because anybody that's got kids with this, or any adults that have this will probably sound funny to you, or at least tell you how stupid doctors can be. I've known since I was a kid that I've got dyslexia. I've had that diagnosed a long time ago. My parents took me to the doctor, and now all I know is, because they got in categories, I got just about every category of dyslexia, but maybe 2. I'm FUBAR, and I'd always blamed all my learning problems with math and memory problems and whatnot on the dyslexia. And I've been going through doctors here like crazy. They keep escaping Kingman, which, hey, power to them. I want to get the fuck out of here. Anyways, the last guy I had, only got to see him twice, and the second time, so this is the last time I'm going to see us, so let's make it a long conversation here, and just tell me your past history on stuff, on what problems you've had. And I was telling him on my learning problems and not being able to really concentrate on stuff or pay attention. It's like, dude, you got like ADD or ADHD or D. So I've been diagnosed with ADD, and now I'm back to being a lab mouse, as in next time I see one of these guys, I'm wearing a fucking mousy suit because I'm getting sick of this shit. But another one for the list, and just starting to try out the medication. And if you guys don't believe me when I say what it does to me, just look it up, just ADD medication, and the first site where I looked up my meds, hence they're not working that great because I can't fucking remember what the hell they're called, but one picture of a child, of this blonde-haired young lad with a look on his face like this. He looks like he's ready to blow up a kitten with a hand grenade. Like, he just has this psychotic, hyper look on his face, and it's kind of like, this will help solve that. Yeah, if you're a kid. Adults, opposite reactions, and that's what it's doing to me. Instead of getting me mellowed out like you guys that all know, I'm just hyper as fuck, man. Watch my videos. I'm just wound up tight. Fucking 8 meds. Anyways, first pill I took, wired all day. As in, if you want to know the experience of the shit I took, and anybody my age, maybe a little younger, man, or even younger, because it's an energy drink, but this is like the grandpa of energy drinks. Pick up a 6-pack of Jolt soda. That soda that's like one can is twice as strong as drinking 1 can of Coca-Cola or drinking a really, really strong cup of coffee. Yeah, buy some of that shit, drink the entire fucking 6-pack, and then enjoy the ride. The only difference is instead of your mind also racing 90 miles an hour because you're wired-ass hyper on sugar and caffeine, you're wired but you can think straight. And for me, good and bad, to where I've also got arthritis in my feet and back and shit. And got me so hyper to where I didn't want to stop working. And a lot of it I did in here. And right now my room still looks like a bomb shelter that fucking got hit a couple of times. But let me put it this way, you guys are going to be seeing a tour of my retro collection here pretty soon. Hence, now I've got a lot more systems added to the collection that I didn't show in my original vid. But what I did that first night, man, and no way would I done it not being as hyper as I was. Got my flat screen mounted to the wall, rearranged all my systems to where now I've got the flat screen in one spot with all my next gen, my PS3, my Nintendo Wii, and Xbox 360, and then I've got all the shelving and everything just for my retro stuff. Anyways, did that the first time. Then about 3 nights after that, or days or whatever, it was like the pills weren't doing anything to me. Just a couple days ago, I picked up at one of the thrift stores, and I ain't got room to really move the camera around to show you, but I found a fucking badass display to where, guys, if you got any thrift stores that you know occasionally get in stuff from like shopping centers or other big department stores to where it'd be like furniture related stuff, check them out, because I scored big time. It was only $40, and what I got was, well, you can kind of see it behind me here. I'm already loading it up, and that's what the last hyper thing did. I had enough energy to put the motherfucker together. It's like a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, I fucking kicked its ass. Because that's what it was like, was a big fucking Rubik's Cube. Tons of little pieces, all holding it together. But it's a big 3-foot by 3-foot square platform. And that's the only part that's press wood, and it weighs a good 100 pounds. It's not like cheap Walmart, Kmart type desk or whatever furniture press wood. It's really heavy and really thick. On wheels, so I can roll it around or rotate it or whatever. And then all the shelves and walls of it are all thick plexiglass, to where once it's put together, you've got 4 columns all aiming in different directions, to where you've got one column to where you just got the wall, and then you've got one that's open. It's kind of weird. It's like on the back of me there, one of them is facing my windows, and then the other one's facing the back of my head, which I got some Atari stuff on. But you can see through everything. The walls, the shelves, everything's plexiglass, so it gives like a prismatic effect. And I've seen them around before, but they're always busted up. This one happened to be in good shape, and man, if you guys could find one, if you're looking for something to display your retro stuff, it looks fucking awesome. I couldn't have done better. I mean, for $40, that thing, I'm pretty sure that whatever store had to buy that. I'm probably being a bit extreme here, but you could probably add another 0 to that 40. I'm thinking a few hundred they paid for that because it looks expensive. So once I get that all totally set up and get the rest of my room rearranged, man, you guys get a tour. I've been wanting to do that for a while, man. It's just, I don't do good in the summer. That's why I really don't have much stuff to show you guys on game pickups, because I haven't been getting out. I can't deal with the heat. And plus my swap meet, man, it's been shit. Same with all the yard sales and stuff. It's just too damn hot for people to be out. So, well, up to 30 minutes, I've definitely taken advantage of YouTube's generosity here. So, catch you guys later. See you in the next vid.